I know something you don't know about Fort Smith. We say that all bike infrastructure is car infrastructure because all a bicycle really needs to explore the city is some flat dirt. It's things like parking lots and highways that not only necessitate, but increase the cost of other infrastructure like bike routes. But remove the parking lots and highways from the equation, it doesn't mean you're left with nothing to see or do. There are amazing places in this town that you can't get to in a car, or at least you won't notice them from behind a windshield. So here's my list of places to see that anyone can visit, but only 50% of you will because you can't get here in a car. And just to keep them safe, I'm not revealing how to get here. If you don't know, maybe you haven't done enough exploring. Let's go. The first location is this hidden path in the woods. We have a lot of trails in and around Fort Smith, but if you've been on them, you'd know that they're all asphalt. Look at this one. It's gravel and has this mesh over it to keep the gravel in place. I would be interested to hear how much it costs to build and maintain something like this, because I imagine it's cheaper than a normal sidewalk or multi-use path. The dream would be able to find a material that's cheaper to maintain than grass, because having 30 feet of empty grass on either side of a roadway is more expensive than you think. The path also includes this amazing bridge, which has excellent views of this clear spring water beneath it. This is actually just outside of city limits because without a mobility plan, private landowners cannot build something like this by right. The next location is really cool, but I don't know anything about it. Zero. This seems like one of those things that everyone except for me probably knows about. I do come by here all the time, and I've never actually seen a bee in the area or anyone tending to these hives, so my best guess is that this is a project that never really took off. But who knows? Maybe they're active beehives. It would be cool to learn more about this and find out if someone is actually maintaining these, or if they need volunteers or what. Let me know in the comments if you have more information that you can share, because I'd be interested to know. The next three locations are thematically linked, and the first is this labyrinth painted on the ground. You can technically see this from your car, but you probably haven't, because as Jane Jacobs said,
"No one can find what will work for our cities by looking at the boulevards, suburban garden cities, manipulating scale models, or inventing dream cities. You've got to get out and walk."
Jacobs believed that walking provides a unique and valuable way to understand cities. By experiencing Fort Smith at eye level, some of its inner machinations come clear in a way that cannot be understood from behind a windshield. Rather than seeing Fort Smith as a series of roads between your house and your work, walking will show you that along that route is life happening in ways that you've never encountered before, even if you've been 5 feet away from it your entire life. And this labyrinth is an example of that. The next location is another labyrinth. This one is privately developed, but open to the public. This is probably the most popular and well-known location on this list, but it's also an example of how desperately the city needs a mobility plan. Private developers are itching to create walking spaces on their own private land, zero cost to the taxpayer, like this labyrinth. But we can't in the city limits because of regulations that a mobility plan would resolve. Next we have another labyrinth. This one is really cool and well made, and you might have to search for a while to find it. This is also known as the Copperhead Labyrinth, and it's in city limits, and it's amazing. Great job, guys. There's also this rock with pennies on it, which you'll just have to find to understand. Finally is another relatively well-known but underappreciated spot. That's not Fort Smith in the image above, it's Chicago. Because some people are surprised to learn that Chicago has beaches. Well, did you know that just like this trail in Chicago leads to a beach, there's a trail in Fort Smith that leads to a beach. It's more of a painful beach. But we have it. Here it is. Enjoy. This is the last location, so thank you if you've watched the video this far. I love Fort Smith because of hidden gems like these.